Hi, my name is Choma. In relationship, we have a lot of struggles and shortcomings. Sometimes we are favored that we can stay in a relationship in a long time. Even in a long time, sometimes it doesn't work out. But that someone is not yet married, not having a partner, is not something someone should get so much worked up about, because the person being desperate might make the person land in a wrong hand, because men sometimes study we women and find out that we might be desperate about getting married, mostly when the age is ripe. You can also see with me that most of this time are the time that we meet the wrong people who betray us, like they're not really out to get married to us. Either they want documents or they want anything that belongs to us that they want to share with us. So this is really a time when someone should, I would say, not really fall into the hands of wrong person simply because the person wants to be with someone. Love is one thing the person should, at the very beginning, put aside, because when we stay longer and we think we don't really belong to someone, no one is in love with us, no one cares so much about us like that. So we begin to feel like we need this. Not really even begin to feel like we need it. We really need it, because whatever we do not have, we seek for that naturally. It's like that we need someone to talk to. Whatever we need in a man, we begin to think much about that because we need it and we somehow cannot have it. And love we can't buy. To have someone who pay attention to us, we cannot just buy it and say, I want to pay you to pay attention to me. So we always think of having someone who will be there for us, who is going to care, who will represent that man in our life. God made us like this, that we need someone to look up to, someone who will represent that person who is a man for us, no matter how much we try to not show that we need it. Even sometimes when we are married, that we don't get that thing we need from the man, we still feel like we need it. Sometimes we even ask ourselves, are we with the right person? If this person is here and that person cannot give us that thing we want. So it's not wrong for someone who is not having someone who loves her, or someone who is living with you as a life partner. There's nothing wrong for you to even say, to be open about it and say, I would like to have this, I will need this. But sometimes people around you might not really know that you need this because of the way you're doing, like you show less concern about it. So like someone like me who has married for the second time now, I know what it is to be in a wrong hand, or even live with the fear of making the same mistake again. And most of the things that makes us get more scared about getting married again is that we don't want to fail for the second time. But somebody like me, I always like to use myself as an example. I would say, even if I make this mistake for the 5th time, it won't stop me from trying. I'm not going to back off, because I made the mistake for the 2nd time, the 3rd time, the 4th time, even after I make the 5th time, I'm still not going to give up. Because one thing is that everyone, or most people in this world, are living with someone. They have a family of their own. So I will make sure that I'm going to have someone, even if it's a friend. There's a way they do it here in Germany. Sorry to say this, I don't mean this negatively by calling Germany, I mean it positively. German people, they have long-time partner. I'm calling about Germany, not that it's not in other people. I'm talking about Germany because this is what I see. When you ask me, I say, this is where I see it. People stay, they have long-time partner. I've seen people who have long-time friendship, but they're not married. Even sometimes they get so together that they come to live together, but they're not boyfriend and girlfriend. They're not sleeping with each other, but they live together as partner. because they are friends. They come to understand each other, but they are not married. They are not having any relationship. It's just this relationship, as we call it, a kumpe. Someone who is just like a friend to you, nothing else. The person will even have his own girlfriend, have his own boyfriend, but they can't do without each other. It happens here. So when someone does not have a relationship of her own or his own, the best thing is to have someone, because in this time of 40s, even late 30s, that someone did not have a partner yet, and the person is not seeing it that it's working. The best thing for the person to do is to make sure that the person have strong relationships with girlfriends, friends, male friends. The person needs to have someone, and still hope that it will still work one day, that the person will get someone. I was talking before about love. There's a certain age that someone will get into that the person don't base the relationship on love. In these 40s, the person is looking for someone who is reliable, someone who can dedicate himself to you, someone who is out to be in a relationship, the person who knows what is his responsibilities to be in a relationship with someone. That person who play the role he needs to play. There's no need for a woman to start thinking if the man loves you or not. You need someone who will bring out his heart and be in this relationship. So love does not count now. Because if someone is really looking for love, and the person finds out that this person has feelings for you, and the person show you the feeling, and you say, oh, because I've been looking for love, now I find love, and you jump into it, at the end, it will be that love is not enough. Because if somebody is with you at the beginning, the person might later develop feelings. The person will be there for you, because love itself will fade. But because the other person is a very serious, focused, and someone who likes to dedicate himself in anything he's doing, the person will be there for you. Because that is personality, that is who that person is. It's not going to fade just like that. It's just like me. I don't have the heart to be really wicked to someone. That is me. No matter how I try to fight to do that, I cannot do it. And if you don't have heart, the person needs a lot of carefulness, because this might hurt. It might hurt. Meeting people and knowing the kind of people you meet. These people are promising you love, promising you marriage, promising you all this thing. This is time to wipe your eyes clean in carefulness, and wipe your eyes clean in crying, worrying about marriage. Because most of the things, it's like the more we look for them, the more they become so difficult for us to get. So the main thing is to relieve your mind of this marriage stuff as a burden. And keep praying to God. The prayer you will say yourself, not the prayer of meeting somebody, begging the person to pray for you, to God. The person you should pray to God through that person. And many things can happen in the process, which we are not going to talk about today. Focus on your profession. Focus on enjoying life, living. Because these years you're trying to be sad, you're not going to get them back. Me and you do not know how long we're going to live in this world. And the life you have, the time you have, you use it to think, to get worried and be sad because things did not turn out well. The people who it turned out well for, they did not do anything so special. It's just luck. When things has to do with luck, chance, I don't kill myself over it. There's nothing one can do. You will see people who are prettier, have good profession, they have good body shape, but they are not married. You're asking yourself, these people with good character, they smile, they have good heart, they are not married. Why? So I see this marriage something as chance. I see it as luck. Because there's nothing for us to use and look who is the perfect match for us. Nothing. There's nothing we can do about it. There's no one who is going to tell us that, see, you, this person, if you marry this particular person, is going to be powerful, it's going to work out. This marriage will function without divorce. So the divorce, it happens every day. All these obstacles we face every day. This has been here before we came here. So it's not something someone should kill himself for. And the more you worry, the more haggard and old you look. The people who are supposed to see you will not see you. The more aggressive you become. What will it bring you? If someone asks you to check, years back you've been so sad, so worried about this problem, and the problem is not yet solved. So why don't you live your life? Continue your life as though nothing happened. And this is why you don't need to be alone. You might be alone because friends, all the friends are married, you are not married. Other people's relationships are working, your own is not working. And you start to be sad. It doesn't help anything. No matter what we do, we still have to mingle with people. We still may have to meet our girlfriends, our neighbors, our friends, colleagues. Even we have to have the kind of heart that when they make joke about us because of our situation, that we should also follow them and laugh about it. This belongs to life. It belongs to living. Being sad and worrying cannot solve our problem. Let's find a way to make life a little bit easier for us, because in this situation, I've been there. I've been in all this situation, not being happy in marriage failing, that I have divorce, entering a new marriage. All this, I've seen them, and I know what it's like. Though I married so early, but I know what it's like. I have friends who couldn't get married or couldn't get married early. I know how these things are like. And at this age, that the person start looking for someone who is young is another mistake, because we all have dreams of who we wanted to marry, the kind of person we want to marry, where we'll be, the people who understand our life, our lifestyle, how we reason, the people who will stay with and discuss the kind of things we want to discuss. People who will be able to understand where we are going, not sometimes staying with someone, you're in love with someone, you are married with someone, it's like you are going this way, the other person is going this way. What I'm trying to say is that you can't really understand how you came here, how at the end it's you and this kind of person who will be together. Because the way you reason, everything is not fun. It's hanging around this person who you have decided to marry now because of the age you marry. I know all that. And this is also why, instead of the person to be angry in relationship, it's better to see. Because there are people, they look old, but in their hearts, they are young. I'm telling you, I'm talking from experience. I've seen some things. There are people who are old, but in their hearts, they are very young. They can play, they can laugh, they can make joke. They're not all that boring. Even you look at them, you think they're old, but with them, you can have so much fun. This will be all that matters in this age. Let's not start looking for young people, because what we want is in these young people. There are also some men who are not looking how we want them to look, but at the same time, they are what we want. So the body shape, the physique, the age doesn't really matter in this aspect now, because the more older we get, the more much people who are a little bit older than us now look at us to marry us, while in our hearts we desire another thing, because somehow this condition has made us to be in this condition now that we have no other choice than to marry who we never expected to marry. It's like this. And whatever we lose, that we did not lose completely, that one we did not lose completely. become something. I'm talking about making use of every chances we have. It doesn't matter which chance. Making use of every chances we have to find whatever we need. And if we cool down and look well, we'll find that thing we need. Age is just age. Our happiness is in our hand. It's us who is holding ourselves back. Too much being choosing, selecting might land us where we don't want to be. But if we can take our chances and try, after all, when somebody married before it failed, like these people, we know that you married before and they failed. Then when you think they're blaming you, they won't blame you so much. Let's not because of blames, because of falling. We don't want to fail. We don't want our relationship to fall. Because of this, we are saying no to whoever comes. Some people are ready to learn. Some people are also ready to loosen up and be that person you want them to be, or to adjust a little bit. Let's find a way to find ourselves in a relationship. But even in any case it didn't work, there's no need for us to kill ourselves over nothing. Because there's always time for everything. And God is there to support us. Me, who is saying this thing, I never believed that I'll get married. We all have our shortcomings. But somehow, God is there to strengthen us, to help us, to support us, to make a way for us where there's no way. But the more we become happier, the more we start seeing these things that are called problems as no problems, the easier it is for us. Believe me. The easier, the lighter, the way easier, God make it easier for us because we believe He will do it. There's nothing wrong about that. But even as we wait, we're trying to adjust. Because me, I have to adjust. We're also trying to adjust our ways. Those things we see that might be a problem. That's things that's stopping us from bending. Somebody's trying to bend us, we cannot bend. But in bending, we should know when somebody's trying to bend us for the person's own advantage or trying to bend us for our own advantage. We should look into it and know who we are going to. And when we are doing well, we should also be careful not to fall in wrong hand, because many people fall in line and say they love us, they want a better life for me, and then at the end of it, it will be that they have another plan. So to get married or to have a relationship, we need to be so much careful with open eyes and forget love first and have the mind to think, a free mind to think, in order to be safe, to be happy, so that we are not played. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best, because I know that there's no problem we have that God do not know about. Protecting ourselves is the best in all of it, and making sure that before we get old, we can secure ourselves and make sure that we have some people, somebody to spend old age with. The most challenging thing in not getting married or not having a partner is that we fear that we do not belong to anyone and we don't have anyone to call our own. Even us women, sometimes we feel like cooking for somebody, taking care of someone, the duty of a woman, and there's no one there. But God knows it all. And God will find a way to bring our own man closer to us. But sometimes around us might be someone who is interested in us, but we might think that person is not good enough. In this time, late 40s, late 30s, we should shift personality, shape, size, beauty, and education out of it and look for happiness. Happiness and security counts in this age more than any other time, because we have learned someone at that age, like it happened to me, knows already what love is. And it's easy for the person to determine that love will come. And it's also easy for the person to make up his or her mind to say, I want to love somebody. If I want to love somebody, I can love the person. If I want to love somebody, I can learn to love the person. If somebody is dating, I can make the person clean. If the person doesn't know how to dress up, I can dress the person up. I can change some things to make this person who I like. And sometimes when we start living that life we want to live, sometimes people around us might not know when they adjust and start living our own kind of life. So we really investing on how we want to live, how we want to be approached, how we want to be treated can make somebody change and start having interest in us. We showing the person how we want to be loved, what we want the person to do for us. Doing it for the person might make the person to start to do that for us, because we learn a lot, we copy a lot, we adjust a lot from people we see around us. Like sometimes you see somebody, the person always make like this, and you stay with the person, you don't know when you start making, like start forming the habit. All this is all about habits we adopt from people every day, because we are human, we are like this. So the more we give much to people, the more the person starts giving much to us, and the more we start loving. We have so much love. If we keep loving and caring for people, people around us, they also start caring about us. So if this is our case and it's not working out well, the best thing is for the person to try to be nicer, more friendlier, and the person will find someone. Even the people who are in marriage, it's not all about laugh every time. They also face challenges. So this world, nothing is complete. So everywhere we are, we should be happy and satisfied. Because if you don't have this, that means you're not doing this. Whatever, if you're not in marriage, you're not going through what people are going through in marriage. I'm not encouraging you not to get married. But even at that, when someone is already in the late 40s, like I try to adopt, I would like to say it in this video, it's better for the person to start making arrangements on how to adopt if it's possible, because Zisha is Zisha. German, sure is sure. It's better that the person starts saying, okay, this time, I better do this. If someone don't want to marry you because you have a child you adopted, the person is not really serious. Because one who rejects a human being you have that belongs to you, like maybe you have a child, you have adopted a child, your own biological child. Somebody said because you have 2 children, you have 3, 5 children, that's why the person is not going to marry. The person didn't want to marry you in the first place, because they don't pick children on the street. So when someone is not married, if you ask me, I'm telling you what I will do. All this I'm telling you is what I will do. When I'm not married yet, I will try and have a child, at least one. I'll try and have a child. If I'm 40 something, and I don't have a man, I'll try and have a child. At least let me have that one and be sure that I have it. If I cannot have a child, like it happened to me that I can't have a child, I will adopt a child. I will go adopt a child. If any man with good heart, God will send me a man. He will send me a man that will accept that child. So sometimes it's good to be ready. And again, if I'm in my 40s, I'm not married, I'm going to be saving money for later. I'm going to be saving money. I'm going to be industrious. I'm going to be planning for myself to make sure I'm secure, I'm safe, that I'll be in a way that people won't push me around. I'll try to uplift myself a little bit to see that I'm really secured. That if people don't respect me for this, they could respect me. Even if at that I don't have much, I'll get something doing. At least to see my daily bread from it. Maybe I could get a little bit better than I used to be. Everybody's praying to get better, just to make sure that you're not just too much pushed around, when at the end of it that the person does not get married. I like to talk negative sometimes, sorry, because security is important to me. So because of this fear of what will happen, that will take me away, that I don't know, I like every time to plan in fear, doubt, have disappointment in my head in case something happen. Then I'm already aware. I've already prepared before this kind of thing happen. And other things you will think about as a person, where your problem lies, what your fear is. Me, I don't like to be alone. I don't like to be alone when I'm old. I don't like when I'm old, I'm living alone. So I don't know what your case might be. I don't know how sick you are. What is your fear? That when at the end that you don't get married, what will happen? What do you fear that will happen to you if you're not married? What will happen? So my own fear is that I don't want to be alone when I'm old. I don't want to be alone at all because I'm not used to being alone. So I don't know what your fear is. So put it in consideration and think of what you can do to prevent that. And when you have a child, you have your own family, you have your own person. Because that's what husband is all about. That you have your husband and wife is all about you having your own person. That no matter what happened, that person is not going to leave you. The person will come back home. The person will be there for you, to hold you, to catch you, to be there for you when you need someone. So what is your fear? You walk around it. Because when you have your own child will be there for you. Your child becomes your responsibilities. And you become your child's responsibilities. So thank you so much for watching my video. God bless you and provide you your most heart desire. Grant you that as your heart desire. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Bye.